Okay, daily coaching and accountability partners, David Halpern of Mastery Consulting. Got an interesting topic for you today. How to increase sales based on the power of your cabeza. In other words, how do we use our ability to think to drive sales? Highly, highly underrated. So a number of years ago, I'm down in Texas at a seminar with my then business coach, Keith Cunningham. There are about 30 people in the room, and he takes us and puts us into groups of four and gives us 2 hours to basically lock ourselves up behind closed doors as little private groups. And here's the assignment. We have 2 hours to figure out how to double our sales in 30 days. There's an interesting intellectual challenge. So I have a challenge for you right now. Why don't you sit down with a pad and a pen and an hour in a quiet place with no distractions and no electronics available, of course, and come up with some just on your pad, journal creative ideas. How can I double my volume in 30 days? And crazy ideas come when you do that, by the way. So let me give you a real life example of how to apply this. My own sister-in-law and brother-in-law, at a certain period of time, were doing the journey from W-2 to entrepreneurship, which is an interesting journey, of course. And they decided they needed money to pay for my niece's, their daughter's ballet. She wanted to perform in the Nutcracker. The costumes and everything else was like $850. And it wasn't the right time financially to be dealing with this kind of thing. So what we did was, I can't help myself. I did something I never do. I got involved. So we got the family together, a whole bunch of us, with literally a whiteboard and started having everyone around the table throw ideas. What's a way that my brother and sister-in-law could raise $850? And literally they just started whiteboarding ideas. Now, here's how this works. Are you ready? This is a no condemnation zone, a no critiquing zone. Every idea is a good idea. The whole purpose behind using our minds to create ideas is we have to allow for creativity. We cannot condemn ideas. It has to be a free flow. Every idea is a good idea. In fact, whenever any idea was written on the board, everybody was supposed to say, right on, good one, good one. How about this one? How about that one? And do nothing but a capture list of ideas for raising the $850 or so, okay? Now, the exercise was not to decide which strategy to use, but rather to come up with some ideas. And at the end of it, this is what I said to my sister-in-law. Now, go back and in 1 week come back to us and narrow the list down to 3, do not decide. Interesting? So it just creates possibility thinking. Interestingly enough, the next time we get together, she comes down with the 3 and also says, I know which one is the one. Okay, which one is it? I'm going to bake yummy muffins. Bake yummy muffins. Okay. So she happens to be a great baker who makes some yummy stuff with, gluten-free and organic products and all this. And here was the brilliant marketing. Are you ready? The marketing was she and her husband put on a flyer, 8.5 by 11 flyer, a picture of their daughter dancing ballet with the big tagline, can you please help us? With the story of financial situation, challenging, need help, $850, Nutcracker, blah, 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 yummy muffins, organic, and buy a box of, I think it was 4 muffins for $10. Here are the different flavors we're doing, okay? Now, what's really brilliant is they took those flyers, both of them, and just started bringing it everywhere they were, whether it was at work or whether it was amongst friends, and just passing out the flyers everywhere. This is fascinating stuff. So what happens? I think it was 2 weeks in, and they were at double the amount. They broke $2,000 in literally a matter of a few weeks. And the new business was born. Literally, they did it for many, many months until my brother-in-law's bookkeeping and accounting practice actually grew so much that they stopped doing that. The power of thinking to create sales. Your problem is you're so engaged in your business, working in your business instead of on your business, that you don't have time to think, to breathe, and to leverage meaning small investment yielding high return. We need to stop and think what grows our business rather than getting caught up in all the activity minutia every day, which doesn't do anything but spin our wheels. This making any sense? You want to break through this year. The way to do it is by using the power of thinking to mastermind better ways to improve your mousetrap. Even this daily coaching and accountability program we're doing together, the idea came from the power of thought. It didn't exist a certain period of time ago, if that makes sense. And then we start to share it it was one of many ideas. It happened to be one that worked. Okay, my question for you today, folks, is how can you be disciplined using the power of thinking, increase sales. Hope this was helpful.